Yo traders, this is Offensive from FX Link, and man, I'd like to give you a warm welcome back to our Sunday weekly market preparation. Now, on this week's analysis, I'll be taking you through the dollar CAD. We're looking at a possible okay, now I'll just be spoiling the fun. So anyway, before I review anything more, let's get straight to the charts. But one thing I can promise you for sure is that you wouldn't want to miss this week's analysis. So, see you in a minute. So, first thing we see as you get on our daily chart, I see price action respecting our demand levels over here. As you can see, we could try to contract this. Sellers came in aggressively, and this is where we had our first major stop at this point. Now, I wanted to take a close look at this. I'm just trying to. Okay, so if you could draw from this point to that point, this is the move that sellers gave. Pretty aggressive, right? Okay, so from here we just got a small retracement, a little bit past retracement, and if you could look at this was just a small retracement. I think you'd agree with me. This is about 38% retracement. So at this point, if you're a seller, you shouldn't be too worried about what the buyers could do at this point. It's fine. So again, sellers decided to give us another push from this level over here. Okay, sorry about that. From this point to that point, sellers decided to give us a little push again. Now, if I could take this line, the second seller's move, if I could try to take it and compare it to the first one, what would you say about the sellers over here? It's pretty evident that sellers at this point are starting to lose steam, because the first move is about double the second move. So at this point, sellers are starting to lose a little bit of steam, but it's fine. We're not worried yet, and this is where we just set our demand area. So okay, let's continue. At this point again, this is where we have buyers coming in. Now, what would you say about this buyers? Pretty aggressive, right? Now there's another thing you should focus about this buyers at this point. Now, another thing about this buyers is that you can see they came in pretty aggressive. Another thing is that you should focus on is this area over here. Not only did the buyers manage to push up, but they managed to break this recent high. Now at this point, this is where we got our first higher high. Can you see that? So now, again, now I think if you take a closer look, this is the first sign that our buyers are starting to get in a little more aggressive at this point. This is say our sellers are starting to lose steam, because now if you could see how sellers came in at this point, now even failed to come and retest our previous lower low. Now at this point you can see that now buyers are a bit more aggressive, and buyers are starting to be dominant on this pin. Now as you can see, this is a higher time frame, and this is where we want to get our overall direction of the market. So one other thing I like you to focus on. Okay, let me try to remove this. Look at how many candles it took to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 20 and a day worth of candles, because we know 4 hour. 1 hour, one candle will be sent 4 hours. So it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, about 24. This was a day's move. It took buyers 8 hours to cover a day worth of move. So what would you say about buyers at this point? Because in the beginning of the video, I didn't specify if we're looking at a buyer to sell. But since you were looking at this pin analyzing with me, who would you bet with, the buyers or the sellers at this point? Think about it. Now, I don't know about you, but for me personally, at this point, I'll be looking at a buying opportunity for the beginning of this week. Because now, as you can see, hence I mentioned, sellers came in giving us a lower low. So I could possibly waiting for sellers to give us a little push and possibly back up. Here on our 4 hours, which is a high time frame, we're just worried about the overall direction of the market. Now I'm leaving this pair with a bias or a decision of a long opportunity. So now we could step down to a lower time frame, which is our intermediate on the hourly chart. Now, hence I always emphasize as you step down to the hourly chart. The first thing I always personally like to do whenever I switch time frames is to draw all my significant structure levels on that time frame. So from here you can see this, so we had a nice support. Price action gave us another support, and if you drag this across, you will see that now this is where price action gave us a resistance area at this point. So now on the hourly chart, which is our intermediate time frame, we're looking at price action consolidating between these two areas. Now again, on this page, this is where we just want to see. Our question is, how will the market get there? The question is, how will the market get to where we want it to go? Because now we know that we're looking to buy, and now potentially, as this is our recent resistance level, this could be our first potential take profit if ever price action does go up to expected take profit. Now another thing I see at this point, another confirmation of the price action could possibly going up as this over here. Okay, let me just try and remove this, make the chart clean. So if I could take my tool over here, from this low to that high, what is our other side giving us? A sequence of higher highs. It's fine. But if you could try and do the same thing on price action, what is price action doing at this point? Giving us a sequence of lower lows. Now when price action and our indicator, whether it's RSI, stochastic, or either your MACD, whenever they give us an opposite compared to our price action, what do we call this? This is called a divergence. This is in the indication of a trend reversal. Now at this point we're looking at a bullish divergence, meaning price action is ready to reverse back to the upside. Now I wasn't really satisfied with the uptrend that this bias gave us, hence I'm also looking at a possible up and opportunity again, because if you could take another closer look at this point, price action give us an equal move, not really a valid divergence, but it could be a possible if price action continues to give a solid bullish divergence. It's kind of a slight bullish divergence, but it isn't really that strong of a signal at this point. Our major question at this point is, how will the market get there? Hence we expect this could be our first potential take profit. Now the market could either do two things. At this point, price action could either shoot straight up to this level. Now if it does this, we could possibly miss this move, or possibly you could see an opportunity at the lower time frame. Or price action could do what we like to call our 1, 2, 3 pattern. Price action could either push down back to this area, and if it does, again this area giving us a better buying price, and price action could possibly push back up to this area. Now on the intermediate time frame, this is all we really wanted to cover. How will the market get there? Oh, and another thing I forgot to draw, there's another level that I was looking at this point, where if I could try and draw this on this area. Yeah. Oh, and another one, price action could also do this before it breaks. If it doesn't break straight up, it could give us a little breakout at this point, come back, give us a retracement, and it could continue up. So you can see that at this point we have 3 possible buying opportunities, because if it does go straight up, we'll possibly miss it. But if it breaks up, comes back, which is a 1, 2, 3 pattern, we could be looking at another opportunity. So this could be a trend continuation if you look at it this way, and if it does push down, we could be looking at a counter trend opportunity. So now to see exactly how we're planning to enter this pair, let's jump down to the 50 minutes, which is our lower time frame. Now finally, all we're concerned about on this time frame is our entry techniques. Now hence we mentioned first session could either break out, come back, give us a 1-2-3 pattern and go straight up, or first session could go straight down, come back to this area, and this is where we were looking at our counter trend opportunity. Now looking at our RSI, our RSI is pointing down, give us an indication that it might be looking to go a little bit lower. Now because of our RSI is pointing down, I could possibly be focusing on an counter trend opportunity, expecting price to give us a low again. So I'll be looking at a possible buying opportunity for a counter trend. That might look something like this. Where's my buying tool? As soon as price action gives me a push a little bit lower at this point, at this area, this is where we're looking to go long. Just right there on this week. And my stop loss would have to be below this low, where I'll put it approximately 10 to 5 pips below. So I'd give it a little bit space because not my risk to reward, my money management can allow me to put a maximum of 30 pips. So if I feel to give the market a little more space to form, I could either be willing to put it here. Hence I mentioned it always depends on your risk management or how much you're willing to risk per trade. But between 10 to 15 pips, it all depends on you. And my take profit again, sorry about that. Okay, from this low, my take profit would have to be, now why isn't this moving? Why? Come on, bruh. Okay, so my take profit again would have to be back to our recent level over here. So we were looking at a possible total move of 90 pips. Now because I would say this is too far. Okay, this could be a total move, but you can have your first take profit back at this area over here, back at this recent high, and you'll be looking at a 30 to 60 moves to reward. So as soon as price action hits this area over here, you could be looking to break even. That's if ever you're looking to continue and take a total move. As soon as price action gives us a break above this area, a solid break above and a close above, and you still be looking to take the total move, this is where you will be looking to break even, be in a risk-free trade, and be looking to take the total move back to this level. Now you will be looking at a total of 90 pips, 94 pips. This could be a decent amount of pips of mine to start the week. I hope you enjoyed our video. Yeah, again, if you're looking at a video from our YouTube page, please hit the like button below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. For me, your friends, on behalf of FX Link, I love you. Hope you have a great week. See you again, possibly next week. I don't feel like seeing you anymore. Kidding. Peace.